All right, over on the right side of the map, he's already got 2 wins today. His name is his ID, I believe. It is.
MVP Dongnegu.
There he is, recently back from doing pretty well at MLG. And here's his opponent, a fellow Zerg player on a different team, the team of Prime. It is
Bung Prime.
hard to say that name and sound tough. Bung Prime.
I used to know what that meant.
I do know what that means.
Oh,
It's
I
like,
remember what it meant.
It's like a cute fart sound.
That's right.
Very classy.
Dongregu's name, by the way, is Park Soo Ho.
Oh, so his name is not his actual name?
Yeah, I'm curious what where that came from.
Ask him sometime. He's got pretty good English.
Yeah.
So ZVZ here on Metalopolis. Doesn't look like there's any sort of early pool going on from either player right now. There was a time back in the day when every Zerg was going hatch first in ZVZ, but those days are over, Moletrap. We see a lot of different openings nowadays.
The good old days.
Yep.
The good old days of hatch first into mass roach
The
versus
honorable
mass
days
roach.
of hatch first. You just trusted your opponent. Then people started 10 pooling, and that changed.
And we do have both players going for, well, actually, yes, very similar builds.
Yep. I believe it was gas. Was it gas first for Bung Bung? I know it was for Dongregyu.
I believe so, yeah. I was looking at a different screen, but it looks as if our prime player, Bung Bung, did go for his pool a little bit later.
Yep.
Although
doesn't make a big impact really
Nope.
on anything. So
I thought he snuck in an extra drone, but they're actually at even harvesters right now.
So are these guys going to go Speedling Baneling Wars, or are they going to go Nest T style with a fast Expo and Roaches? A couple different options here in ZVZ. You can obviously play a lot more aggressive, or you can play a lot more defensive. But you don't see a whole lot of ZVZs going into the late game, just because there are a lot of moments in ZVZ where one little click can determine the game, you know? One bad attack choice, you know, one Baneling running into a bunch of Zerglings. Kind of a chancy matchup.
So Dongregu is actually going all Zerglings right now, whereas Bung Bung has actually made his first 4 Zerglings and then he switched into drone production. So depending on how that goes, if there is some kind of a battle, Dongregu could take an advantage out of that. But in the meantime, if not, then he's going to be behind in workers, and he's actually put down an expansion earlier, though. Dongregu has.
Yeah, Dongregu in the yellow there. And he needs to make those extra Zerglings because he's getting that extra hatchery, too. He's not going to be able to defend with just the same amount.
True.
Now, Bung Bung does, of course, see that right away. He's got the Overlord position. But, you know, Dongregu does have enough Zerglings to hold this off. And you can see Bung Bung as well putting down his hatchery, saying, hey, if you're going to go ahead and fast expand, I'm going to do the same thing.
Oh, a little misclick by Dongregu, loses a couple Zerglings, by the way.
Oops. It's no fun. That's no fun at all.
No, not fun. And Bung Bung has now decided he's got enough drones at 17. He's making a lot of Zerglings at this point.
Yep.
And his own expansion a little bit later, but both these guys almost even builds in general. But here's those extra Zerglings.
Oh, he's going to catch the queen.
Does catch the queen, but all those extra Zerglings come out for Bung Bung, and Dongregu's forced to fall back. He's going to have to run home. He is producing some Zerglings right now, but did not have the larva to make a ton. He might be in a little bit of trouble.
Well, I mean, he's got about the same amount right now.
Okay,
He's
now he
going
has
back
more,
anyway.
actually, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, he's going to be doing okay, but sniping that queen is such a nice little move that Dongregu was able to do. And that's actually a pretty good line for Dongregu there. Nice. Did you see him grab his Zergling and move it back? Very nice micro from Dongregu there. Coming out way, way ahead. Oh, and producing another round of links. This could suddenly get very, very bad for Bung Bung. There's just no stopping Dongregu today.
Yeah, man, and he's actually droning up behind this, building a spine crawler just in case of a counterattack. He's going to try and drive this home with the extra Zerglings he has. He should probably put the injured ones in the back, but here he goes. Bung Bung has made a lot of Zerglings as well, forcing Dongregu back slightly until he meets up with a few reinforcements.
Yep. ZVZ is such a big tug of war right now. Looks like Dongregu has just enough. It's hard to tell. Pulls it back, but they're still about even there.
Wow.
So hard to tell sometimes in those ZVZ fights who exactly is coming out on top.
Dongregu forced to fall back to his reinforcements and his spine crawler.
Yep. That's
and yeah, it really is being a tug of war right here. Back and forth, back and forth. each player falling back to their reinforcements, having the advantage, pushing forward until they meet up with enemy reinforcements and have to fall back. Very, very close right now.
You know, a lot of minerals being saved up right now by Bung Bung Prime. I wonder if it might just be because he did lose that queen. He's not able to spend it quick enough. That's probably it, actually.
He has made a new one.
Yeah,
So it's okay right now, and actually going in for the kill. Wow.
Oh, man, he
Lots
does
of
get one
Zerglings in
queen.
there.
But is it going to be worth it? Doesn't even take out the Spine Crawler.
Wow, Spinecrawler survives with just 37 hit points left.
Yep.
A couple
And
Zerglings
Dong
did
Ryu.
sneak into Bung Bung's main to see what's going on.
Yep. I'll see quite a bit. Huh. Interesting. Dong Ryu has quite a few overlords over by the base of Bung Bung Prime. It's a little bit risky. Both players right now getting their Baneling nests up. So they will be going into that Zergling Baneling Wars. And here's where things kind of even up a little bit. I feel like Dong Ryu's micro is a little bit better than Bung Bung, but they're both at that really high level. So the first little mistake where you lose, 5 to 10 Zerglings can mean the difference between victory and defeat.
Yeah, and Bung Bung is not done putting pressure on. Dong Ryu continuing to make lots of Zerglings, though, probably waiting for that Baneling nest.
Yeah, Bung Bung's actually a bit ahead in the supply right now, too. Helps quite a bit.
And I think Dong Ryu is going to go for a kill move here pretty soon. He's got Banelings morphing outside of Bung Bung's base. He's sending his Zerglings there.
This could do quite a bit of damage. Has to be careful not to lose a Baneling or two to the Spine Crawlers. He might just decide to kind of Zerg it. No pun intended.
And here he goes in. Zerglings
And-
going for the Spine Crawler.
Yeah, really nice
Banelings
move
going into the main. Zerglings to accompany them. If he can get a good shot off on those drones with some Banelings, it'll be huge. Or on the Zerglings.
Oh boy, this is going to be a big moment. Oh, a lot of Banelings taking out a relatively
Whoa.
small amount of drones.
Oh.
Look at that. Oh man, never mind. Dong Ryu, unless he loses those Zerglings to those Banelings right there, he's going to win this game. He needs to be so careful. Nice job using just a couple links to take out the Banelings.
Nice.
And Dong Ryu's got this.
I think he does, man. Takes out the Queen. He's starting to take out drones now as well.
Yep.
The slight advantage of Econ that Bung Bung had is now
Wow.
completely fallen off.
Look at that.
And Dong Ryu is unstoppable. He is their finisher, and even though he sent them out second, it looks like he may finish them off regardless.
Yeah, man, it's like Prime used a cheat code and got to the final boss early, but sometimes it's not such a good idea.
No.
Baneling's in the middle of the base. I mean, not what you do there.
GG.
GG. And Dong Ryu takes it to what could possibly be the final game pretty soon. What's he doing?
What is he doing? He's
F
written an F
Or a K.
or a K sound.
for like a laughing sound.
Oh, it's like a laughing
Yep.
sound.
That's like saying LOL basically.
Right.
That's the Korean symbol for. You see people typing KKK in chat and stuff for like a laughing sound. That's the symbol in Hangul for it. So
There you go.
Dong Ryu basically saying, LOL, I can beat every one of the races you throw at me.
That is funny.
Superpower hat being given out there.
All right, now at this point, you have to send out Optimus.
I'm not so sure about that.
You think Hongen?
I think Hongen would be a better choice. I really do. I think Hongen's blink timings would be really, really good. I think Hongen's got the best chance against Dong Ryu.
Well, you have to think beyond Dong Ryu as well as the thing,
That's true. But
because even if you beat Dong Ryu, you've got a lot of really good Terrans behind him
that's true. That
to
is
play
true.
against, like Keen and Noblast, for instance.
Yeah. That is a good point. However, I think Hongen is one of those players that has like a two-base timing push for every map versus every race. So, I think it'd be okay.
That's
I
true.
think he'd be okay.
That's true. I definitely think that wouldn't be a poor decision to send out Hongen right now.
Yeah.
We're gonna find out in just a minute, but
Could be Optimus.
I guess
Could be right.
I just feel like when you're in a clutch position, you gotta send out your strongest player, and I feel like Optimus is their strongest all-around player. I mean, he's got a championship under his belt. He's proven himself in tense, stressful situations. He's proven himself
It's true.
against every race and big series. So that's kind of why I'm thinking along those lines. But again, sometimes teams will even put everything on the line with the ace match on even a lesser-known player that they feel is prepared specifically for a certain situation
I don't
the
know.
best.
I mean, they say Hongen's their closer. Is he going to be able to close it out this time around?
Find out.
The music turned on, and I looked down at the monitor, and the camera was still on me. There you go.
And
Who is it going to be? Everyone's looking at Optimus. You could be right, Moltrap. It is. It is Optimus Prime.we. Of course, you know what Prime's going to do after this game?
What are they going to do?
Roll out. I'm sorry. There's Optimus.
That's all right.
He used to be known as Bolt Prime until he won the Super Tournament and he gained the title Optimus, leader of the Primes.
Yep. Now, he is pretty good against Zerg players.
He is.
You know, he beat Lucira recently in the Super Tournament, as a matter of fact. He's got wins against Xenio and Lucira in other tournaments. He hasn't played any public tournament games against Zergs lately, but he was owning quite a few Zergs up back in April and May.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at his match history on Tealpedia, it's like non-stop Zerg.
Non-stop. Well, this is his Zerg.
Oh, his first Zerg. Oh, that's why.
Sorry.
This Moltrap's just like making me say dumb things. Thanks a lot, man. I can see your plan now.
But it's non-stop wins versus those Zergs.
Yes.
Even though it's been a couple months since he's really played any Zerg
All
players.
right, 5-minute break time, guys. Don't go anywhere. Optimus Prime versus Dong Regu here on the GSTL coming up in a few minutes.